Hey, John here. Here's the lick of the day number 120. This is a Michael Romeo-Style Phrygian dominant run. As usual, I'm going to play it slow once and then break it down. And after that, I'm going to give you some practice advice that you can apply to this one and other things you're working on as well. I'm going to start here on the 16th fret of the high E string. Alright, so this will be a quick one because once you know the first octave, you're going to repeat exactly the same thing starting on the G string and the A string. This is based on the Phrygian dominant scale, E Phrygian dominant. E Phrygian dominant is the fifth mode of the A harmonic minor scale. So basically, if you know your modes, Phrygian dominant simply means that you take, in this case, an E Phrygian scale, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat, 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and then you raise the flat 3 back to a major third instead. So you have 1, flat 2, 3, and then you get that characteristic exotic sound. So we start here on that actual note, major third, and we start with this Yngwie sequence. Even though it's a Michael Romeo-style lick, he uses this as well a lot. So we have 12, 13, 16, and the Yngwie sequence I'm talking about here is the six-note sequence. Number the notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And then you slide to the 10th fret, and then we're going to do this. And if you put those together, you actually end up with 14 notes. So this is a septuplet lick. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's where the next beat starts. And then you repeat that in the next octave. And what we're doing here is just 13, 12, 10 on the E and the B string. If you want the tabs, you have them available in the description below. And all you need to do is sign up, you get an email, and then you can get access to all the tabs for this one and also for my new Shred Bites series as well. So, again from the beginning. And the way that I play this, it's only one pick stroke. So I pick this with a downstroke. And then it's a pull off. Well, it's all legato. So then we repeat that. So the changes here can be tricky, but I do it all with the left hand, so hammer-ons from nowhere. But you can absolutely pick it as well. You just have to be mindful of the sort of strength you pick it with, so you want to try to keep the dynamics as close to the legato notes as possible, if that's the effect you're going for. So either way works. So after that point, after we've done it in this octave, we start on the 13th fret, same note. Then we start on the 11th fret on the A string. And then we end up on the G sharp as well here, on the 4th fret. So that's the entire thing. Practice-wise here, I would advise you to work on each individual octave. So and move that around the fretboard. So and so on. And then you do that on the next string group as well, so the G string here. I mean, technically you wouldn't hit this note with a pick, but this one for sure, since we start like that. But I still think you can do that in this case because it's still a very different feeling going trying to hit this with a hammer-on from nowhere, because you have to position shift and it's kind of awkward. So, right, so try picking it instead. So I mentioned in the previous video that Ivan Galamian practice tip, and this applies to anything you practice. But if we take this one and we do 2/8 notes and then 16th notes, so we're gonna go 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2, and so on throughout the whole thing. It's really good for your timing to do that, and that really helps the legato when you try to play it faster. So if you find that you have an issue here keeping everything even, and you have trouble with the string shifts and whatever, really try doing different rhythms. And you can do any combination really, but going one beat with one subdivision and then another beat with another subdivision is really, really good practice.